Hi there, Tess Protesto here, reporting live from South Hall Lower. I'm here at Storj's booth, 2023 NAB Show Product of the Year Award winners, and I'm with Trisha, the newly appointed Chief Marketing Officer. It's nice to meet you.
Great to meet you too, Tess.
Thank you for joining me today.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about first Storj and then your role and the new executive dynamics here.
Sure. So Storj is a lot like Wasabi and Backblaze as people think about them offering cloud object storage, except for we do it completely different. So we have an approach that we've architected that allows us to distribute data all over the world and bring it back in much faster for much less cost than what the current traditional cloud storage providers can do. And the really exciting thing about this is we're utilizing unused or underutilized capacity in existing storage facilities all over the world, and that makes us 83% less carbon for what's being put out there by data storage. So that's really exciting for me personally, and a big reason why I joined on as CMO, because data can do so much good for this world, and we really want to see that continue. Let's, solve cancer. Let's do all those great things. But we need to do it responsibly, and having a more efficient and effective way to distribute data and take advantage of the resources that are already out there, that's really exciting. So we're excited to be back here again. Last year we won NAB Product of the Year. We're up for it again this year with some new features on our product to allow for SOC 2 compliance and some other great things like that. We also have made huge gains in really bringing our sustainability message up front. So we're releasing the capability in our product to actually see in the user interface exactly how much carbon is emitted and how much is avoided by using Storj. And that's really important for Europeans who, a lot of Europe companies now have to report on that. It's only a matter of time before that comes to the US as well. So we were really honored. We got an honorable mention from NAB here for a sustainability award.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And so we're just really excited to be back and bringing this to the media workflows areas. And we've got lots of partners here who were really excited to strengthen those relationships.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about those partnerships. Are there any particular that stand out or that are new that you'd like to release?
We have a lot, actually. We have multiple partners really in all of these different areas, working from camera to cloud, working with collaboration in editing, working with media asset management vendors. Are there any that you want to call out, John?
Sure. So we have a number of our partners who are actually presenting in our booth with us this week.
Yeah.
So we have a partner that does live streaming and transcoding. That's LivePeer. They were in the booth earlier today. They'll be back for another demo. We have GB Labs. GB Labs is a long-standing partner in the media collaboration workspace. So any companies that are doing global teams where editing is done in London, Ontario, Los Angeles, lots of different places, a globally distributed platform like ours gives them uniform performance at extremely low cost to support those workflows. And so a lot of the partners you're seeing, like Shadow Magic, for example, doing large video transfers for editing, these are partners who are really reaping the benefits of the distributed nature of our platform and how we actually achieve that global high performance.
Okay, I just want to introduce John really quick as the Chief Operating Officer at Storj. Thank you for joining us, John. I think you're going to help us dive a little bit more into the technical details of Storj and exactly how this system is working.
Yeah, absolutely. So the traditional cloud approach is to build buildings, stuff them full of servers, stuff those servers full of hard drive, connect the internet, and call it cloud. And what we do is we actually find data centers all around the world who have excess storage capacity. We aggregate all of that capacity that we allow them to share with us, and we create a single object storage layer. And so we have 25,000 points of presence in over 107 different countries today, and that gives us the ability to have fantastic performance. And so if you upload a file in LA, it's going to be about the same performance when you download it in Frankfurt or London or New York. So the traditional approach is you make replications of your data across multiple data centers when you're using something like a Wasabi or an Amazon, and you pay every time you do that, and you pay to move the data around. When you have just one copy, you have a single point of truth, and you have extremely high performance, but at a very low price point. And so for today's globally distributed workloads, we're a fantastic fit, and that's really where we're seeing a ton of growth.
How are you guys able to compete at such a low price point?
So we're not building buildings, and so we don't have a huge CapEx outlay out front. We're finding people who have already put their hardware into service, but they haven't fully utilized it. So they share that with us, we aggregate it, and then we resell it. Now that also has a huge impact on carbon, because we did a research paper together, and the output was that about 80% of the carbon impact of a hard drive isn't from its operation, it's from its manufacture. And so if you can take advantage of a lot of hard drives that are already manufactured, already in service, and already being spun, powered, and cooled, a drive that's 25% full doesn't use any more energy than a drive that's 75% full. So we're filling up drives that are partially empty and deferring the need to create new drives, and so it's an extremely carbon-friendly solution.
Explain to me this, someone who's new to Storj and the sustainability aspect of it, what is the negative impact of carbon on data usage and the like?
Well, so I think it's fundamentally whenever we're storing data, their carbon is emitted to, run from an energy standpoint to run a data center. There is carbon emitted to manufacture the hard drives, and that's really where we want to turn the narrative more. We are so in support of data centers using alternative renewable energy sources. That's wonderful, that's good, that helps if we can get those data centers carbon neutral. But the real carbon savings, the opportunity that we have that Storj provides is to reduce the mining of these precious materials and all of the manufacturing, like when you send a truck on the road to ship that material to another manufacturing facility and then another manufacturing facility to add all the components you need to build a hard drive. Mm-hmm. If we can minimize that and we can use more efficiently what we have today, that's the real carbon savings that Storj brings to the table.
Thanks for helping me understand that.
Yeah. In addition to that, the way we're distributing data, we're getting the same durability and performance with one copy of data that many other cloud providers are getting from 6, 8, 10 copies of data, right? And so when you think about that, we call that the expansion factor. So you upload 1 gig, how many gigs of data are actually represented to make that workload useful? And so if we're getting by with just a 2x replication factor, so 200% more data than you have, what you find is that you're getting the same performance, the same durability, and a much lower price point, but also using less physical infrastructure to store your data for those workloads, right? And so not only are you sort of reusing something that's already in service, but you're actually occupying less hard drives with your workload. And then ultimately, because we do a lot of really smart things around data repair and data distribution, we find that hard drives can actually be used a lot longer and put in service a lot longer. So normally people run them for 3 or 4 years and they pull them off service before they fail. But with our solution, you can actually run those hard drives till they drop. And so you get a lot more service life out of them, and you get a lot more efficient distribution and usage of the actual number of hard drives in the world today.
Okay, where can people learn more about Storj?
Absolutely on our website, Storj. It's storj.io. Is a great place to start. We've got lots of information there. We've even got a page that helps you see if it's a fit for you, right? Ask some questions. It's interactive. So that's a great place to start. But of course, if you're here at NAB right now, come on over to the South Lower Hall, to the Storj booth, and we'd love to talk to you guys.
Yeah, is there anything else that I need to know? I know you had a major release at NAB, so is there anything else you'd like to share?
I think we've covered the big stuff. I mean,
Great.
We're really excited to see if we win another Product of the Year award. We're really excited to be here talking about sustainability. We also are co-founders of the Digital Sustainability Alliance. So there's a lot of activity here with that as well. So we're just really excited to be a part of NAB and see how we can help out, not just bring value to the companies here, but also the more people that are using Storj, the more that we're doing to help save our planet.
Wonderful. Thank you both so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure.